few small bits here and there, played Conan the Barbarian, but he was. Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome back to Freaky Future Month. So we're on our next Freaky Future reviews, and for that one I'm reviewing The Terminator, yes. The original, of course, written by James Cameron and Gail Ann Hurd, and directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Michael Biehn, Linda Hamilton, Paul Winfeild, and also with Lance Henriksen. And it also features Earl, Boen. So this is a science fiction action film which I think also has very big slasher elements in there and some horror a bit as well for this film. So in this, a Terminator, the T-800, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is sent back in time to prevent the birth of the leader of the resistance, John Connor, who led the war against Skynet, an advanced AI that created machines to destroy man, and man fought back and they won the war. So to up the game, Skynet decided to go back in time and stop John Connor from being born by killing his mother, Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, who was just a waitress, and she then is revealed to be the saviour, or at least the mother of the saviour of mankind. And another soldier, well, a soldier, Kyle Reese, is sent back in time to protect her. But as he's protecting her, and he's played by Michael Biehn, romance forms, and they, well, fall in love and have a love scene, only for it to be revealed that, you know, through some wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, Kyle Reese is actually John Connor's father. Anyway, yeah, this is a cat and mouse game where the Terminator won't stop at nothing till he kills Sarah, even to the point in the finale where its organic flesh is burnt off and it's just a robot skeleton chasing her. You know, it won't stop until it is destroyed or it has, you know, terminated its target, which is Sarah Connor. So that's the story there. What did I like about this? Well, this film's over 40 years old now, and I still think it holds up. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. Now, at that time, Arnold Schwarzenegger I don't think was as well known as he was till this film came out. I believe he, you know, well, he did. He featured in the documentary film Pumping Iron, had a few small bits here and there, played Conan the Barbarian, but he was not the original choice for the Terminator, no. James Cameron, who at that time was again a lesser known filmmaker, wanted O.J. Simpson to play the role, and he wasn't available. I mean, how would have that aged? So his next choice was Lance Henriksen, and I believe they had fan art, well, concept art of Henriksen in the role, but he ended up not doing it. But he did play a small supporting role as one of the detectives in the movie. And yeah, Austrian bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger got the role, and the first thing we see when he arrives is his naked body. And I'm like, yeah, okay, so the time displacement equipment, only living organic material can come through, or if it's covered in that. So I thought, yeah, that's a good way for it to go back in the past and even blend in as a human. So yeah, we see the Terminator and Kyle Reese arrive in 1984, you know, and Kyle has to, you know, prevent Sarah Connor from being killed. At first she's like a bit overwhelmed and doesn't believe this is true, but then she eventually, you know, warms to it all and ends up, you know, on the run with Kyle. And we see other characters in there like Dr. Silverman, who does reappear in T2 and has a cameo in T3. And yeah, we see a lot of nighttime scenes because they didn't have the exact permits to film in certain places, so that's where they filmed at night. He also had a brief cameo from another James Cameron regular, Bill Paxton, as well as one of the goons when the Terminator goes up to them saying, "Of course, give them to me now." And of course, the Terminator, it's become a staple in pop culture. Even if you've not seen the film, you'll know the catchphrase, "I'll be back," when he's in that police station wanting to see Sarah and he just leans forward saying that. People have associated him with that catchphrase, that and "Hasta la vista, baby" from the second movie. But yes, James Cameron kind of got a few things right, because Kyle Reese did say to Sarah, technology like that won't exist for another 40 years. 40 years down the line, though, we do have robots, and we do have AI. AI isn't as aware as it should be, but I feel that we might get there in a couple more years. So he got them right, robots and AI. The only things that he didn't get right was war and the nuclear apocalypse. Let's just hope that does not happen. But yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the T-800 with his emotionless look and his sinisterness, very intimidating. And even when Kyle says he can't be bargained with or reasoned with because he's a machine, yeah. I mean, that final chase scene with, where he's now he's a robot, I'm like, yeah, that's stop motion, but I'm thinking the budget at that time was a bit tight probably, but I think they made it work with what they had with the stop motion effects, and I think, are pretty well done for that time. James Cameron had a vision and he decided to just make it happen by all means, and I think he did great directing and some good storytelling. And like I said, Terminator has become a pop cultural thing with it, and Arnold Schwarzenegger to this day remains associated with that character. I mean, by the sequel he became the hero, but he made a good, terrifying villain in this, especially that scene when he's picking his eye and stuff in the mirror. You can tell that's just a dummy, a mold of Arnold Schwarzenegger's head, and it's so blatant obvious. But I don't know, I like that. That just doesn't put me off from it. Even the future scenes where we're looking in the far future at these battles of, man versus machine. I like the look of that, the dystopian future. Even the theme tune, that and yeah, how this would start a franchise which is still going to this very day. 40 years later, well, nearly 41 years later now. I also like Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor. She was a bit known at that time for small roles, and Michael Biehn, who would go on to be Higgs in the sequel Aliens, which James Cameron would direct next, I think. Like I say, James Cameron wasn't a very well-known filmmaker at that time, and only having like the film Piranha 2 direct, to his directing, resume. But yeah, this is an 80s classic, and I think still holds up, in my opinion, to this day, and has some good action, some good horror elements. Like I say, it's like a part slasher, only the Terminator uses guns and rampages through places, like through the police station where he's gunning everyone down, and I'm like, that is badass, but just shows he's not going to stop until he does what he is sent back to do. So yes, the Terminator. What am I going to rate this one? You know what? It's an easy one for me. I will give, even though the Terminator is set in 1984, the elements and stuff come from a freaky future. So, the Terminator, I will give this 5 digits out of 5. 5 digits out of 5 for the Terminator. So there you go. There is my review for today. Have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. And until next time, I'll be back. Well, I always end it with, until next time, you have nightmares. Or hasta la vista, baby.